This week on the Steam Machine Podcast, this is the tale of slaying the princess. Cue the music! Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Steam Machine Podcast. My name is Dalton, and joining me is one half of the Destructo, bruh.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Willie. How are you doing?
Doing fine, my good gentleman. I am doing fine. And joining us is one half of the Media Dump crew. We've got one Mr. Syllables. Drives us all absolutely quackers with his grumpiness because he's a duck. Mr. Jeff! Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
Yo, this is Dane.
Dane was going to be here, but he is feeling under the weather, so we want to give him a shout out and hope he feels better.
Yeah, he was an 11th hour stretch, but we're glad that he wanted to come by anyway, and we hope to see him again soon.
He had a very big poop.
It was a very large poop. 16 curex. The funniest thing about that whole episode of South Park was that when it was revealed that the guy had taken a giant shit and then he kept it and raised it as his own, and its name is now Bono, and he goes, "You mean to tell me that Bono is the biggest piece of shit in the world?" And that was the whole running joke.
It was such a Shaggy Dog story to get you to that punchline, but man, yeah. Because you're not even thinking about it at that point in time, and then it finally hits you, you're like, oh, you sons of...
Yeah, you sons of bitches. It's like every time I clap my hands, a child in Africa dies. Stop fucking clapping then! Let's start with our guest. Jeff, how have you been, man? What you been up to? What you been playing, my good sir?
Nothing. Willie,
all right, good episode.
No, so you guys know I posted in the Discord. I started playing Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Just because everyone started playing Silk Song, and it's just like, you know what, I've been meaning to play Hollow Knight for a long time. Mm-hmm. We'll just join the
that's
a spectator, don't worry about it.
Listening.
Yeah, interesting.
He comes by a lot to listen to the show when we're recording. It's all cool.
Well, this is the first time I'm seeing this, so...
Yeah, you haven't been on one of our recordings in a while.
When was the last time I recorded with you? Was it Mass Effect?
Was it Mass Effect? That's the first thing that came to mind.
That sounds right, yeah. If it wasn't that, it was Alien Isolation.
Yeah, whichever of those came first.
Whichever came first.
Wouldn't it be whichever came second?
Yeah, I meant whichever one came second. Yeah, that's what I meant. So, Hollow Knight.
Okay. So, first impressions, I do like the style of the game. It's I'm not going to call it pretty because it really is a bleak looking game, which is obviously sorry, I just clicked the mouse button. I hope I just didn't cancel anything. We're good. So
oh no, you canceled my insurance. What the hell, dude?
Willie, I just gave you extended warranty on your car insurance by switching to Geico.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Woo. So obviously, it's the intention of the developers to make this a very gloomy, bleak-looking game.
And I feel like the early stages especially are very solitary, very dungeony feeling.
And I will be honest, I've only played one Metroidvania, and that was Super Metroid.
That's a good pick to have had.
I'd never beaten it, but I enjoyed it. But so I started playing Hollow Knight. And I finally found the mini boss. It's the giant fly. And it's like, okay, I defeated this thing. It took me about an hour to get to you just because I had no idea what the hell I was doing or where I was going.
That's normal. A lot of the joy of these games is just exploring and finding new things.
But then it got to like 2 hours. I'm just like, what the hell? What the hell am I supposed to be? I don't know where to go. I just kept going around in circles. It's like, am I supposed to buy something from the shop? Because it says like, hey, you need a key to open this door or something like that. It's like, am I supposed to get 900 of these currency things to open? It's like, what? So luckily Dane is like, did you find the knight yet? I'm like, night? What night are you talking about? And he told me where to go. It's just like, all right, I'll go there. Oh, I remember this area. I remember running away. It's like, okay, that's a giant bug, and it kept killing me, so I forgot it was there.
Yeah.
So eventually I defeated the knight. It's like, okay, now I have a new magic spell. Where am I going to go now? Ooh, now I'm in the green path, and that's where I currently am at the moment.
I will say that is something that always happens to me during Metroidvanias as well, where it's like, oh, I've already been there. There's no way something I need is going to be back in that area unless I specifically remember it. And then I just don't. And then I wander around, and then I'm like, all right, fine. And I go through this one room, and I'm like, surely it's not going to be in... God damn it. And then I go up, and then I'm like, oh.
I always forget that this... I remember I went there like it's the room right, it's right above the stag station, which I do love the design of the stag. And his sound design, I think is just like his it's like, you know what? You're pretty badass.
Oh, yeah.
I like you.
I was a big fan of the stag. The stag is a cool character.
But I completely forgot that there was a room like right above that station, so that's why I just kept circling around it.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things of the Metroidvania genre too, is like a lot of times just revisiting places because you get new abilities, or sometimes just stuff changed because time passed. So it's always worth, like, if you don't know where to go all the way back. You might have missed something at the very beginning of the game for all you know.
I'm just waiting until I can finally I learn double jump, because apparently there's one a hut you're supposed to visit, but it's like you can't reach it on a single hop, even if you get some altitude. So I was like, okay, you have to unlock a double jump at some point. But first impressions right now, it is a hard game. I've probably died around 10 times.
That seems reasonable for where you're at.
And
like that's not a shocking number either direction, basically.
I was say, you're doing better than I was.
I've only played about maybe 3 hours, maybe 4. So 3 to 4 hours with 10 deaths.
There are definitely individual bosses in Silk Song that have already killed me more than that in just the first act alone.
I will say the last thing I'm doing right now is in the green path. I was trying to chase Hornet.
Hornet, yeah.
Yeah.
And just think, those little visuals of Hornet were just little teases for the next game coming. And how long did they wait? 9 years? Was it 9 years?
It took something like 7 to 9 years.
8 years, something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Woo, it's a long time, but I'm glad it finally came out I'm glad that you're finally.
I'm glad they didn't rush it.
Well, you know what other game took 8 years to release after its sequel? Dalton.
Skyrim?
A little game we like to call Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, right. Was it 8 years?
It was 8 years.
Damn! I didn't realize it was that long.
That's a lot.
First game released in 2010, 2 released in 2018. And that game was delayed.
The first game come out in the series? Red Dead Revolver.
2004 or 5, Red Dead Revolver.
Okay, so that series really stretched out then.
Yeah. Revolver was PS2, wasn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
I think you're right, yes.
Yes. But as of right now, it's still not my genre, but I guess I'm enjoying my time with it. Yes, it's a challenging game, but everyone says this is a challenging game. So it's like, all right, let's see how I do, and we'll go from there.
I think most people set their expectations pretty well in that game, but I also find that like some people have gone absolutely crazy angry at Silk Song because they're so mad that they're not good at what the game does. And so like everything that tests them, they're like, oh, this is an arbitrary difficulty. This is a skill check for a skill I don't have, and I don't think that's fair. It's like, have you tried paying attention to what things do and putting yourself in a good place first? Because that gets you about 90% of the way there.
It's all about memorization.
There's a good amount of memorization, yeah. Like, there are a lot of the boss fights that it's like, I just died a bunch until I'd seen the attack pattern and time to go, okay, yes, they've really clearly foreshadow everything they do. You just have to remember which gesture responds to which move. It's like playing Simon almost at a certain point.
It's like in Elden Ring when certain bosses would say certain lines before they did a move. Yes. It's like, that's your cue. Get the fuck out of the way when he's like, lest there be demons after your blood flows like the waters of Lake Minnetonka, or whatever the fuck, you know.
Lake Minnetonka, probably out there in the middle of fucking. I almost called it Tamriel. Shit, Limgrave. You know, Tamriel's they taking on the Elden Ring kingdoms too now. Uriel Septim is going crazy.
So you been playing anything else, Jeff?
Apart from that, I'll still dabble into a No Man's Sky, and obviously you guys have seen all the pictures I've been posting, or obviously I've been doing some changes here and there with my Corvette, and then I finally found a planet where it's like, oh wow, this place has some really deep oceans, so that I started building underwater bases.
Cool.
So those are the more recent pictures you've seen. And of course, even though it's like I'm underwater, I'm looking at my base, you can still see my Corvette just hovering right above it.
Yeah.
I love the art people have been doing with the Corvettes too. It's really cool.
Man, Dalton, what you showed me today, someone made the... You played Final Fantasy IX, right, Willie?
Yeah.
So someone made the Hildegard 3.
Oh, wow.
It looked freaking sweet. Yeah.
That is crazy.
And the whole thing that people have figured out, like if you put two pieces together and then you delete one of the pieces, it lets you move the piece in a way that breaks the way the game works. So they make rounded things. So they've made giant UFOs and all kinds of wild shit, man. There's just people are really, really creative, and it's impressive to see. Like I've sent them in the Discord so people in there know what we're talking about. Like, people have made literal pirate ships where it's like a ship that would be in the water, but you're flying in it. And that is so fucking cool. I want a goddamn flying ship. You know what I mean? Like that.
I think someone made the Titanic. So yeah, some people are way more creative than my little, it's not really little, but my cheap Y Wayne copycat design.
And I'm sure eventually, and there might even be already, mods that are going to take away the build limit, and people are going to build like that ship from Descent 2 that y'all talk about. You know what I mean? Like, they're just going to build something absolutely gargantuan. Someone built a goddamn 7-Eleven. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, it was parking lot and all.
You do have to be careful because it does have its limits. If you try going into a space station, you will get damaged. And I mentioned this on our show. Someone who was playing on permadeath, they were flying their ship. They flew into a station. The game glitched because the boundaries of the ship went inside and it started causing that glitch damage, and he blew up. And it was like 300 hours, but you were killed because of a glitch. So well done.
I would be salty, to say the least.
Yeah.
Well,
but apart from those, I'm trying to think if I've watched anything apart from The Witcher.
Good show.
Oh, nice.
Which I loved. I mentioned it on our show. I loved it. It's very. That's one of I don't love it, but I will say it is very good. But I think, was it Dane that posted a picture recently?
Yeah.
Well, I know I saw a recent photo of. Oh, it was you. Okay. Of what Liam Hemsworth looks like as Geralt. I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to like this.
I'm going to give him a chance, right? I'm going to give him a chance.
But
it's going to be like, did y'all watch Spartacus back in the day? The show Spartacus?
No,
I heard
my brother did. He absolutely loved it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Fantastic fucking show, right? But the guy who played Spartacus got cancer and died, and it was really a sad situation, and they replaced him, and the show just wasn't the same to me after that. So I really hope that's not the same thing that happens.
I mean, it does help that before the guy died, I think he handpicked his replacement. The guy, I think he chose him. So it's like, okay, it helps that the guy who's playing him now, he was picked by the original Spartacus, but it's like, yeah, like you said, it's not the same feeling, not the same.
It's hard to replace actors, especially like if your show doesn't have like a narrative way to replace them,
Yeah.
Well, especially when apparently Henry Cavill was a huge Witcher fan. I think he read the books, and like he really read and caught up on the lore. So that's why it's like, I'm going to put all my effort into it. And that's why it's sad that the writers and the showrunners are just like, okay, so this is the direction we're going. It's just like, no, fuck you. That's not the way The Witcher went.
Yeah, they had an extraordinary casting choice, and it's strange that they would let it go. And I can't imagine Liam Hemsworth is significantly cheaper.
No, but it's baffling to me because they had Mr. Big Buff Hunky handsome computer gaming nerd man. Perfect to play.
He looks and acts just like the character.
He was one of us. I don't know if Liam Hemsworth is one of us, but
I hope. But I don't know. It's just wild to me. But I'm gonna give him a chance though, like I said.
Yeah. But so apart from those, that's just work. Been working so much just because it's the end of the quarter and my boss is just like, money. You know, Mr. Krabs. Money. I'm Mr. Krabs.
Well, then I guess I'll ask Willie, what you been up to, my good buddy?
Gosh, I can't remember what I left off at last time we recorded. Pretty sure I did talk a little bit about... if Dane were around, he would probably be able to help me with this one, because I know that I would have talked to him a little bit about Linux migration stuff again, because I did actually set up dual booting on my computer now, so I do have a Linux partition for Mint. I'm not currently running off of it. I'm currently running on Windows, because I want to make sure we don't have any technical surprises for the recording of the show.
Yeah.
And I haven't set up, Wine or Proton yet, so, I didn't trust that I would get Slay the Princess working without spending a lot of time on it that I didn't want to necessarily spend.
Yeah, that's fair, because I don't know if it's got a Linux native version or not. So,
well, I mean, it's a very straightforward visual novel, so I'm sure it runs just fine on Proton. Because these days, the fact that Steam has gone all in on Proton Linux as their kind of Steam Deck system tells me they're no longer worried about anything special Windows still does. I think Windows, I wouldn't quite say it's on its way out, but I don't think it's going to be the same monopoly over PCs as it was 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone else is going to switch to Linux. I know I am, because I'm frustrated with Windows 11's requirement for TPM. I don't have TPM. I'm not buying new hardware just to get stuck with another Windows version that, for all I know, Microsoft will also stop supporting with what I feel like was very short notice.
Fair enough, man.
So I'm just kind of hoping it ends up working out pretty nicely. Oh,
I always fuck with Dane when he's talking about Linux, and I just say, yeah, I really like the Penguin. Because that's all I really know about Linux, is that one of them has their little logo as a penguin.
Tux. His name is Tux. He's kind of the there's mascot for all of Linux as a whole. There's even
Isn't Linux a character in Peanuts?
Shut up. I think Linux is named after a dude named Linus, so I guess that does actually kind of work. But I think even that Penguin is there's a popular open source game, popular for open source game standards, called Super Tux Kart or something like that. That's like a Mario Kart clone with mascots for all the open source OSs.
That's awesome.
And Tux is the main character of it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if the guy in our Discord, if that's where his little Tux Deluxe, because it was a little penguin that he had as his icon. So I wonder.
It may well be. I haven't thought about exactly what it looked like in a minute, but yeah, it's a popular little penguin guy. Okay.
I was gonna say, you sent me the cute little demon guy too. That was another.
Oh yeah, the OpenBSD's character, the Open Beastie, I think is what he's called. It's just a little devil with a pitchfork. He's very cute.
Yeah, he was cute.
I like that character. It's just adorable looking. I think he's in that game as well, because I think, like I said, all the open source mascots are in it.
I bet he's fast.
And then Dane also fast as hell. There you go. For a moment, I'm like, I've got to make a pun out of this. I'm like, oh, he just did. He puts the doom in that vroom vroom. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Dane personally mains Arch Linux, which is kind of famously very, very configurable and doesn't install anything you don't specifically do. So it's kind of the expert mode for people that want to have complete fine-tuning of their system and all that. And he tried to recommend it to me, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to switch to that full-time. But I have installed a virtual machine of that too, and started installing it. And I can see where I'm going to learn a lot by getting it set up, because even doing the basic installation off of an ISO, if you follow the actual instructions instead of using Arch install, is way more in depth, setting up specifically your system time, your partitions, very specifically, instead of it automatically suggesting stuff to you.
That's what's up, dude.
That was more for learning. Played a lot more Rogue. I think I talked about Rogue in the last episode, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, sir.
I had a fun incident in Rogue. I think I told the host group chat about it, but so one of the things in Rogue is there are two enemies that if they touch you with an attack, they will teleport away from you and steal something. The nymph and the leprechaun. Leprechaun steals money, a nymph steals a magic item, and I think both of them are always neutral unless you do something to aggravate them. And
Well, stop trying to steal their lucky charms.
sometimes the thing is, gold is the actual only thing you're scored on in the original Rogue, though, and leprechauns do carry quite a good amount of gold, so there is that temptation to attack them from a distance.
Fireball.
Yeah, so I walked into a room with a nymph, and I had a wand of cold that I hadn't identified, so I didn't know how many shots it had left in it, but I knew it would shoot cold damage, and I didn't know if cold freezes enemies in this game. So I decided to fight the nymph from like 15 steps away and just shoot the wand of cold at her to see, hey, if this hits, does it do damage? Does it freeze it? Do they drop anything cool? So I shoot the wand of cold at the nymph. First hit hits, it does damage. I'm like, okay, this is going well. Nymph starts walking towards me, but I've got like 12, 13 turns before she gets to me. So I shoot again. Shot misses. Bounces off the wall. The moment I read the phrase bounces off the wall, I'm like, I might have made a terrible decision, but let's see how this plays out. Bounces back past the nymph again, misses her, bounces past me, misses me, bounces back, and eventually fizzles out without hitting anyone. Nymph takes another step forward. I'm like, okay, still have plenty of time. I'm going to try the Wand of Cold again because I have bad impulse control. Fire the wand again. Hits the nymph. I get the happy message. The nymph is frozen. So in my head, I'm like, oh, the fight's over. I'm just going to run up and do the Sub-Zero Mortal Kombat fatality. Just so I start mashing on the button in the direction she is. And I don't realize after about 5 times of me hitting the button, it says, the nymph is no longer frozen. Walk directly up to her, take a swing, miss. She hits me and steals what she definitely should have stolen, the one item I couldn't be trusted with, the Wand of Cold, and disappears from my life forever.
I'll be taking that, sir.
Absolutely got confiscated, dude.
It's like when you have a gag pen and the teacher just comes over to you and takes it.
Yep. You can have this back at the end of class if you prove you're responsible. And I didn't. I freaking died somewhere very soon after that.
Tremendous.
But it's been going well. I've got to past the 20th floor a couple times, and I think that the amulet is at like floor 20, 26 or so. So I think I might be due to win. I don't want to give, myself that hyped up yet, but I've been getting over 3,000 gold a lot of games. I've been getting past level 15 a lot of the time, so I think I'm at least improving.
Well, once you beat...
Which is funny because...
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it was funny because when I first started playing it, you remember at one point I sent a screenshot to the group saying, showed my final score at 500. I'm like, guys, I think this is like the peak I'm ever going to get at this game because I don't know how to get better. And now I'm like, oh, I'm actually learning still.
Once you beat Rogue, you ought to then throw your name in the net hack game.
I have very much considered either moving on to Hack, NetHack, or Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, but it's definitely going to be one of those three, and NetHack is probably the most likely since I know where you can actually play that one online. So if I tell that into that client, people could even watch me play.
Oh yeah, you could also do because it's free on GOG, a Calibeth.
Oh, that is a good choice. I would like to do some more dungeon crawlers in general, even if they aren't as roguey. Because I am finding myself developing a taste for it. Like, I mentioned that Wizardry clone I was playing a month ago, which I didn't actually get back to after I talked about it in the show. So
and then
I should get back onto that.
On our new short bowl, we got that Crypt of the Serpent King.
Yeah, which I was like really interested in the fact that it said it had roguelike elements, and then the graphics look like really like 90s ass CGI renders of like skeletons and stuff.
And,
at least
me, I fucking love that.
Yes, same. I'm not busting on it. I think that aesthetic rules.
Yeah, I have that game on Steam, and I also have it on my Switch. It's like at max that game is $5 when it's not on sale. Like it's cool. Not that much money, but it's a fun little romp, dude. You know what I mean? It's hard. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty hard.
That's kind of, you expect pain when you play dungeon crawlers. I think they're not supposed to be easy.
Not for the faint of heart, lad.
No, not for the faint of heart, nor the faint of butt.
Absolutely,
it's a strong bad phrase there. Personal life wise, don't think I know if I have a lot to speak about right now. I think I haven't really been up to anything too interesting in my day to day. Aside from just computer shit like I mentioned, but I eated some microwave popcorn. It was good.
I do love popcorn, dude. Popcorn's delicious.
Extra butter?
I think movie theater butter, which I think has about as much as the extra does.
Yeah, that's that good shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes.
So I guess that just leaves me then. I have been a bit all over the place. So I was starting my new job on Monday. So I'm looking forward to that, doing the orientation and, all the computer stuff that comes when you're starting a job.
So these are the kinds of gummies that we sell.
Yes.
You got to use your orientation about getting people disorientation.
And then, this I think, a good 3 or 4 days of that. And then after that, I'll be on the floor and stuff. It's funny, when I went in there the other day, the girl who interviewed me, who's the GM, was there. And then this other guy was there. And I recognized the guy from one of the first times I ever went in there. I was wearing, I don't remember what shirt it was, but I was wearing, I think I was wearing my Roman Reigns OTC shirt. And I walked in and he was ringing me up and he goes, by the way, one's up. So I was like,
Nice.
oh, okay. So he's a wrestling fan. So I'll at least have somebody to like chat with about something at work. It was common ground. But he seems cool. His name's Matt. And I'm stoked about that. Let's see.
Token Matt.
I've been playing some games. I've played a few days worth of Euro Truck Simulator 2.
I saw you in that. It sounded like you were having a lot of fun going through the Iberian Peninsula. It sounded like you spent a lot of time in Spain and Portugal.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of deliveries in Spain. I finally took one that was going to take me into France, and I fucked up my game so bad that I think I'm going to start over.
That sucks.
So, let me tell you what I did. So this was me just being stoned. It was late at night, so I was tired, and I was just trying to get this last delivery done so I could go to sleep.
That's right. You don't drive intoxicated, kids.
And
no
you don't
green
drive
willing,
tired.
not even in Spain.
Neither. You don't do either of those. Learn from me. So I'm doing this delivery. It is a 16-hour delivery, right?
Okay.
And I had like 26 hours to do it or whatever. So I'm driving and I've done about 6 hours worth of the drive and I'm getting close to the French border and the road's blocked. There's been a wreck and the only way that I can go is right. So I'm like, okay, I'll take a detour. So I head right and I follow the road for a while. And then I'm like, everything I'm driving by looks familiar. This thing took me in a big fucking loop right back to the fucking crash. And I'm like, all right. So I drove to the side again. I went that way again. Surely there's another like exit I can get off. Nope. Took me in a circle. No way, nowhere to, there's literally no way to go where I needed to go except the lane over driving in the wrong direction.
Ooh.
So I drove into the lane over because I tried to go around the crash and there was an invisible wall that I couldn't get past at a certain point and was like, God. So then I had to back up around a bunch. It was a whole thing, right? So then I get into the oncoming traffic lane. I drive onto the side of the road. So I'm not driving towards anybody and I just start going. And I'm like, all right, cool. Eventually there will be a way, like a break where I can get back over on the right side and we can go. That doesn't happen before I come to a toll booth.
Oh, no.
So now I'm trying to time it where a car comes out of the toll booth and I can drive under it real quick and get through. And traffic's backing up because I'm blocking traffic. And it was this whole... So I eventually just started ramming cars, trying to get them to back up so I could get through. And there was a fucking semi truck. I couldn't get through right. My truck ends up getting stuck. I ran out of time on the mission. I quit the game. And I'm just like... I haven't played it since.
You could probably at least call a tow truck to have it take you to a station so you're not going to be stuck in the middle of a toll booth going the wrong way on the highway.
No, yeah, I did that. I had to do that twice on that mission. The first time I didn't mention is I tried to just cut over at the crash and got my truck stuck on one of those little sticking up things and it wouldn't
You got stuck on a bollard?
Pretty much, yeah. I got stuck. It was just sticking and I couldn't... My tires were up, so I couldn't move. And I had to call the people. So then I had to call them again. After all of the wrecking, I had caused thousands of dollars in damages. Thousands. I had negative money. And
today on the EU News, this single dipshit between Spain and France has caused 10 billion euro in damage by being a total colossal fuck-up.
In other news, this wouldn't have happened in American Truck Simulator.
Because France isn't there.
I did swap over to American Truck Simulator and start playing that some. I was just like, man, because I had just, this was the first fucking job I took with the truck that I bought. So I had saved up, bought a truck, and went and tried to do this first delivery with it.
So you're probably in the red, right? You like have no money saved left.
Fucked everything up. No money. I'm not taking a loan from the bank, so I think I'm just going to start over so my record is clean and I don't have like 1,000 crash offenses on my record.
No, just do quick jobs.
Yeah, do some quick jobs, man.
Just do that. That's what I did before I finally purchased my truck.
No, that's what I was doing.
You did it wrong.
I did a quick job and quick job.
You're not supposed to go to France.
But I was tired.
Yeah, I'm afraid you have to start over with a Sidewinder ship. Your shit is done.
So other than that, I started dabbling in The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, which is the cross spell arc, but decided not to start getting into that. I'm going to play through 3. So I started playing 3.
I did see you open up 3rd, yes.
But in Crossbell, there is a character who is like a combination of Zell, Agate from the first Trails in the Sky, and Olivier, right?
Huh.
He's like a combo of all 3. He's got long red hair, and his name is Randy Orlando. And that is
coming to the ring now, it's Randy Orlando.
So he is Florida Man.
Fantastic name.
That's a great name.
He might be. I don't know, but Randy Orlando is what they call him, and it's tremendous.
The amazing Rando.
But yeah, the Sky the Third, man. So this isn't spoilers. The main character in that game is Father Kevin from the first 2 games.
Oh, okay, cool. That's almost minorly spoilers, but it's like enough that it's more of a teaser to me than a spoiler, because I'm like, I liked that cat.
As soon as you load the game up, you would know that. So it's,
Okay, cool, yeah.
So and he looks at this group of people, and he's like, got this guy over his shoulder. I won't explain why. And he just tells them, you all should feel lucky. Today's your lucky day. And they're like, why? We have you at gunpoint, surrounded. What are you going to do? He goes, because if your boss was labeled a heretic, I would have to hunt down every single one of you and kill you for serving him. And they're like, what? He goes, so let's just be happy that I don't have to slaughter you all. And then he just jumps out a window, lands on a plane flying by, and flies off. It was the coolest shit I've ever seen. I was like, that is fucking wicked.
Got to do some cool ass anime protagonist action movie shit to start the game.
Right off the bat.
Hear it.
It's freaking awesome. Yeah. So that's gonna be a good time. I know it is. And then the only other thing I've really been doing is I've been messing around in Power Wash Simulator a little bit.
We played a little 2-player on that, by the way. Yeah.
We went and cleaned a big satellite dish.
That's right. Yeah, we did the satellite dish.
That thing was massive. I personally I did all of the Wallace and Gromit levels, which were very fun. The last one was on the moon. You had to clean the rocket.
Nice.
And stuff. And then the other one that I did was a tank from the Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
And then I want to do some
Final Fantasy VII yet?
Yes, I've done all the Final Fantasy stuff.
Okay.
Those are really cool. I've done all of the Final Fantasy ones, all of the Tomb Raider ones.
Tomb Raider was really... I loved doing the practice course.
Yeah, it was fucking fantastic. It was so good.
It had a lot of little nooks and crannies. It took a while to get it fully clean, but that was just really nice to play with.
I've done one of the SpongeBob levels. I cleaned SpongeBob's pineapple. The only DLC that I haven't delved in that I want to is the Shrek one. I think that's going to be fun, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
I haven't touched Shrek, but SpongeBob was really satisfying. Like, it helps that SpongeBob, everything in SpongeBob is really bright, cartoony colors, too, so when it's clean, it even looks, like, so shiny. But that's already a thing the game does well in the first place. Like, even in the base game, I thought the playground level felt really good to do.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. For fuck's sake, I've been playing a lot of Skate now that's out.
That's the big one. I'm surprised it hadn't come up yet. It's been, like, half the time I see you online, it says you're in Skate.
Yeah.
So Skate 4 is out now, or at least an early access version?
It's an early access. It's free on the EA app, and it's free on Steam. I'm not sure if it's on Epic or not. It might be, but I play on Steam now. Full disclosure.
I'm calling it Skate 4 to disambiguate. It's actually spelled like skate in all lowercase with a period.
Yeah, but I mean, people online do call it Skate 4, just to reference.
Kind of the same way I call Doom 2016 Doom 4.
Yeah. I've been playing this game for a while now because I was under an NDA for it, but I've been playing in pre-alpha and stuff, and it's been good for a while. Like, it feels like a Skate game. There's a lot of people bitching online about it, and it's just like reminded me that the internet is like always on the L side as far as it goes, of like they're never fucking happy about anything.
I like that the only complaint I've seen about Skate 4 that even seemed halfway valid is some people think it has Fortnite graphics, and I think that's kind of funny, but not even a problem.
Yeah, it's like stylized, and my thing, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like that's probably easier for the engine to render than trying to render everything super realistically with a server full of people.
Yeah, I'd rather them focus all their energy on getting the physics working, because that's what Skate was famous for in the first place.
Yeah, and they got that down. Like, the skating feels so good. So good. So I've just been playing the shit out of that. I've put 16 hours in on Steam since it dropped, and more than that on the EA app. it's been a good time. Like today, I got the founders pack for it just to support them some, and
you got to make sure those cats, those poor indie devs at EA aren't starving.
I don't know who is the actual dev team that works on it. I know it's an EA published game, but I don't know if it was developed in house by EA. I think it was made by
a fuckhead.
Oh, I know you are. But I think some of the OG Skate team worked on it, so kudos to those guys. But there's people who say like it's lacking skater culture. There's no culture in this game, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's in fucking early access. It's been out a fucking week. Give them a minute. Like they've already got Girl chocolate skateboards, Thrasher, Vans shoes. Like they've got these stuff, and then in the next update they're going to be adding Independent, and then there was some other brand. Like, dog, give them, let them cook.
I'm sorry, I can't read an entire Thrasher magazine in here while spraying graffiti everywhere. This is fake skater culture.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. But yeah. Some quick gaming news before we get into our game of the week. There is a Deus Ex Remastered coming out.
It looks mega horse shit.
I thought it looked all right.
I think it looks like a fan-made RTX. It looks like a fan-made RTX trailer.
Other than that, there was I saw a post about Yakuza 0, the director's cut or whatever it was, is coming to PC. It's not just.
Oh, really? I really thought that would be a Switch exclusive. That's cool.
And we
got Yakuza 3 Kiwami and Dark Ties.
That's coming as well. And I believe the Final Fantasy Tactics, the new one, is coming out or is coming out relatively very soon.
Yeah.
And Hades 2 came out. Was it today? Tomorrow?
Oh, if it's not today, it's really close to today. Like, by the time people are listening to this, you might be able to play Hades 1.2, 1.0.
This is the official release, right?
Yeah, it's the 1.0, not the early access. It's been in EA for a while. I deliberately was ignoring it in EA because I just, I loved playing Hades as a full game when it came out, but I wanted to let them cook. But people have told me this game has been essentially complete for like 9 months. They were just getting the last of the story and stuff worked out.
And I
you guys know how much I love Hades, but I still need to beat the game.
It is completely fair to adore that game and struggle with it.
I did pick it up on Steam the other day when Jeff posted about that it was the fifth anniversary?
Yeah.
Of Hades coming out. The next thing I did is I opened up Steam and it opened to the store, and on the front page it was like Hades on sale. It was $6, and I was like, I'll pay $6 for Hades, sure.
Yeah, that's a killer.
Oh, yes. Play it in God mode. That's what I do, just because I know I'm not good at that game.
That's probably what I'll end up doing, because that one fight, I really struggle with the Minotaur and the guy where you got to fight both of them at once. They always kick my dick in the dirt.
You can learn it. It requires you to be able to manage both of them at a time. You have to know how to deal with like rushing down one of them, dealing with the projectiles of the other. It's really not the worst.
It's deal one at a time.
Yeah. I always try to do that.
I think I always go Minotaur first, and I think Theseus.
Isolate and dominate. I'll give that a shot. But boys, we are here to talk about a visual novel that we played. And I have pulled up for us the obligatory Wikibooty bullshit.
All right.
There's a lot of booty in this game.
There was, specifically down one route, there was definitely a muscle mommy big booty demon lady.
I am not sure we played the same game.
Oh, here's the great thing. We all played the same game. We all saw different routes, and I'm gonna love that if that's the case.
I guarantee one of the voices I heard is like, "Hell yeah, let's get that booty."
Okay, that is I don't remember that at all.
And that's actually go ahead and do the booty.
Yes.
So, Slay the Princess is a 2023 horror adventure game developed and published by Black Tabby Games for Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Quick side note, the band Necrogoblicon says that the name of their bassist is Mac because it's a fucking laptop that's playing the bass track while they play it live, so they call him Mac, and I just think that's hilarious. It was released October 23rd, 2023. The game is conceptually...
This is my bassist Mac and my drummer Roland.
There you go. This is conceptually a twist on the damsel in distress archetype. Rather than saving the princess, the object is to kill her. An expanded version, which is the one that we played, subtitled The Pristine Cut, was released October 24th, 2024 for the consoles, alongside a free update for existing versions of the game, and the console ports were published by Serenity Forge. Slay the Princess has received critical acclaim for its narrative, art, music, and voice performances.
Serenity now.
I have just now realized the name Pristine Cut, where they got that from.
Enlighten me.
Oh, every time they describe the knife at the beginning of every run
The pristine blade.
It's always the pristine blade, yeah.
Oh, you are correct.
So the Pristine Cut.
Wow, noobs.
That makes sense. All right, well, let's talk about first impressions, and let's go. I've been gotten onto this before, so the guest can go first. Jeff, what were your first impressions loading this up? Because I don't peg you for a visual novel guy, so I'm very curious.
You are correct. I have never played a visual novel before. I've never even played Doki Doki Literature Club. The only reason I know of that game's existence was because of Tadpog, and I watched Game Grumps do a playthrough of it.
Oh, it's a good one. That is a good one.
That is some of the funniest YouTube content I've ever seen.
Aaron, is this a horror game? I don't know, Dan.
So, first impressions. Okay, I knew this was a visual novel. Okay, I knew this was a horror game just because it's fucking Spooktober. Tis the season, so it's like, okay, I know what to get. I know what I'm getting myself into. So my first run, the narrator is talking to you. Is like, we're on a hill. Do you want to? We need to proceed forward. And I really thought I could pull. Have you guys ever heard of The Town with No Name?
Yes.
I really thought I could pull that option where it's just in the Town with No Name. It's like you get off a train. Well, you have the option to get back on the train, and the game's over. You can beat it in like 30 seconds.
Oh, Jeff, I'm so glad you tried that.
So I literally thought it's like, okay, I'm gonna try this. So it's like, walk away, and the narrator's like forcing you. It's like, no, don't, come on, we gotta do this. And it's just like, nope, we're walking away. And it's like, oh, we ended up back at the cabin. So I was like, damn, all right, I'm gonna have to play this thing.
Oh, so you only tried that once?
I did.
Interesting. I didn't do that in my first run, but I did actually try the walk away option during a subsequent.
I really was hoping I could beat this game in like 30 seconds. And it's just like, nope, I'm going to have to do it. And it's like, all right, I'm going to have to listen to you how you did it. But so first impressions, the visuals, it's very, I don't want to call it cheap. It's hand drawn.
How
do you want to say it?
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
It's hand drawn. It's hand drawn, but it's more, it's like someone that's just like an amateur.
I have more to say on that when I get to that. Yeah.
But there are some times where it's like, oh, actually, it's very detailed animation. So obviously, it switches back and forth. It's for a purpose. So I'm going along. Next thing I notice is the music. I'm just like, oh, this music is bad. I can't let this. If it's just going to be repeating itself. So I went from whatever the default volume is. I'm sure it's 100. I brought it down to like 11, just so you can barely hear it in the background. But it's just like, no, I don't want to listen to this music.
I think you missed out a lot of scene setting early on in the game by doing this.
This is first impressions.
I know. I'm hoping you figure it out. I hope you figure it out. I hope you figure it out. That's all I'm saying.
I will say, as the game progressed, and I got the different, I'll call them voices or the different chapters. I did notice a change in the music. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll increase it just ever so slightly, but not much. But I will just. I don't know. It's just at first I'm just like, am I able to exit this game or beat this game quickly? No, I'm gonna have to do this in I think how long to beat this game. Like the main story is 3 hours. Like, okay, I'm gonna have to spend 3 hours on this. And I just at first, okay, I'm not. It's not grabbing me in a way. It's like maybe I'm gonna become a visual novelist in the future, but it's just like, okay, it's enough to pique my interest. I'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. And Willie, what about you? Because you're a bit more in tune with the visual novels like I am. Probably not as big of a fan of them as me, but I know you've played more. So
I wouldn't describe myself as a visual novel fan, but at this point, I guess I can't just pretend I've only played 2 anymore, So yeah. I guess I can say at least I'm familiar with the genre to some extent, although only the really obvious stuff. I would say that the same things that first reached out to you kind of got me, but on different ways almost. I spent a lot of time not playing this game at first, just because I was doing a lot of stuff this week. I know I didn't talk about a lot of the stuff earlier because I can't remember what all it was, but you remember, Dalton, I've been pretty busy and talking about a lot of stuff. Like, I haven't been disappeared from the group chat or anything. I just simply haven't been playing the game, you know?
Oh, that's all good, man.
No, but I'm just saying, you remember, I've been, like, kind of busy. I've been, like, talking about a lot of different stuff going on from one place to another.
Yeah, you've been talking a lot about, like, the things that you've been,
Yeah, so, I didn't end up playing this game until today, actually. I kind of did end up putting it off to the last minute. And the thing that I thought about when I first got the game, because I did get it several days ago and started installing it and all that, I just hadn't run it, was I was really interested in the general aesthetic of the game, because at first, when I first saw the art of it, like, I thought it was really cool that it was really hand-drawn, and I thought that it looked really weird that the princess's art in particular, especially, like, her eyes, seemed like they came out of one of those really shitty how-to-draw manga books from the 1990s. Because you look at the backgrounds and the scenery and all of that stuff is actually drawn in, yes, a very loose and sketchy, but really competent way. Like, they do a great job of creating a sense of space. And I was like, why does the princess look so uncanny? And so that's something I kept kind of looking at as I was playing the game, just looking at her art, like, is there something I'm missing here? And I think it does seem really quickly obvious to me that it was deliberately stylistically, that everything about the game is trying to subvert something 3 times in a row. Like, you know going into it that the narrator is going to be a shithead. And you know going into it you're not going to want immediately to slay the princess, because that's what the game was telling you to do. And you're like, okay, well, even before I played it, I kind of made that choice. I'm either going to go in there and I'm going to absolutely side with her, or I'm absolutely going to not. And then they gave me so many curveballs in the first couple minutes that I first got the skeptic roll when I actually played, because I just wanted to get more information.
My first one, I got stubborn.
So, I didn't get stubborn at all, actually.
Yeah, if I could just sneak in quickly, I just basically attacked the princess, and she just destroyed me.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you guys how many times you actually attempted to slay the princess, because I will say 0. I literally only did it because I forgot a game mechanic. Because at one point where you're between runs, and I should be later in the episode before I say this, but at one point you're between runs and you get some explanation of what's going on. You're told you can't repeat a set of actions if it won't result in a different conclusion, basically. And I accidentally went down the same path, so I was only left with a slay the princess button at the end of that run.
So, okay, so let me tell you my first impression, because it was very, very quick.
Yeah, what did you do so quick? Did you actually just go in and stab her?
So, I started the game, and I loaded up, and I asked the narrator a bunch of questions, like, because you're given the questions, like, what are we doing here? Who are you? What is this? And eventually, I was like, all right, let's go to the cabin. So I walk to the cabin. I go in, and I'm like, okay, there's a knife there. I should probably grab that. Walk down, and princess starts talking shit. So I walked up to her, and I stabbed her, and she fucking died, and I got a game over. And the game over pops up, and it says, hooray, it's written in crayon. I posted it, I think in out of context or something. And it's just like, congrats, you win. You did it. You slayed the princess, with like crayon drawings. Mm-hmm. It's very obvious that that's not the ending of the fucking game. You know what I mean? And
mine was similar. I only got different results, just because it's like, okay, if I'm not going to be able to just walk away from this, I'm just going to go in all gun ho. And I think I asked her just one question, and I guess that was enough to throw her off. So I stabbed her, the same exact thing as you did, but she was able to recover, and we actually ended up killing each other.
Oh,
yeah. So
I successfully killed the princess 0 times.
So that's basically my first impression, and I really liked the art style. And I thought the music added to the vibe of it for sure. So it was my next playthrough where I was like, all right, and we can start getting into now kind of how the game works, because there's a lot we could talk about, and then there's also a lot that we can't because we didn't see it. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to this game.
Yeah, and the fact that we're covering a visual novel that's a horror game means that you already know we're already in spoiler town, basically. We've already made decisions that will result in things you might not have ever seen, like it's already happened to me twice in this episode. So if you're sensitive about spoilers, we're covering a different game next week. Or just play the game. I would say that I could easily recommend it.
I do think if you want 100% completionist, I think it's like 17 hours.
Yes. It's one of those crazy VMs like that where it's like how long to complete the main story, 3 hours to complete everything, 17.
Yeah, it's because this game has an incredibly deep branching narrative.
It has something like 20 to 30 branching paths total.
Yeah, and from what we've talked about, the fact that all three of us played this game and maybe we saw one scene the same, but we probably didn't handle it the same, so our next scene wasn't the same at all. Like, for instance, Jeff, one of the times that I went through, I just left.
Did you keep leaving?
And I kept trying to leave, and it wouldn't let me. And eventually, I ended up back at the cabin.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what I did, but the next time I went, I tried to leave again.
Yes.
And suddenly, a cabin showed up, and then another cabin, and then another cabin, and then there were like 1,000 cabins around me. And it was like, any which way you go, you're going to end up at the cabin, motherfucker. You might as well just go to the cabin. But
then you fracture reality so much on that pathline that even when you go in to see the princess, she is fractured into multiple timelines at the same time, right?
Yeah. It did either of you end up seeing the one where when it's fractured, but you go down and there are 3 stairways you can take?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so there's one where it's Jeff. You go in and there's no basement door. It's just the fucking the mirror's there, but you go down and it's just complete darkness, and there are 3 stairways. One looks treacherous, one looks normal, one looks super easy to go down.
Mm-hmm.
I went treacherous.
I went too, yeah.
So you go down, and at the bottom is the princess, but she's like this ghostly weird figure that you're now like stuck in this dimension with her forever.
Wait, that's not what happened to me there either.
And she's like basically going to torture you forever.
That's not how it went.
And I ended up grabbing I think it was a shard of glass, or it might have been the knife just appeared or something, or I had it with me. I don't remember. But I ended up stabbing her, and she dies. But there's no way out of this place. So I end up just staying there and starving to death. And then the next time I go in, the voice in my head was like this really just, it doesn't matter what we're going to do.
Oh, the broken,
We're just going to starve and die anyway. Yeah, the broken.
I'm trying to think because I got the broken as well, but
but I got it from a different story too. Yeah,
I got it from a different story as well. I'm trying to think. So the first one I got was stubborn, and that's just because I was like, I went all gun ho. I'm gonna kill you. We ended up killing each other.
Yeah, it's very unsurprising that you got something called the stubborn on your first run.
But I'm trying to think because the next one I got was the broken.
Okay,
and I'm trying to remember what the hell I did that caused this to happen I'm trying to remember after the hold on, I'm just trying to think because I know which ones I got. I just don't remember the orders I got them in. And I think the first one I did was the adversary, which is the demon giant princess.
Also didn't see that.
And no matter, once again, I'm just coming like I'm trying to come in. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to kill you. And she ended up just like destroying me.
Beats the dog shit out of you.
She beats the dog shit out of me. So that's why I'm thinking my next playthrough, that's when I got the broken.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. So,
and then the next one after that, I got the skeptic.
We should probably explain what the characters we're talking about now are.
Yeah.
So on your first run, the narrator is the character that talks to you the whole time. I think there is one moment or 2 moments during your first run where you also hear the voice of the hero, who is kind of a conscious character that says something you might expect, but you're like, well,
I think
who
it's
is this
your
guy?
inner monologue.
It's supposed to be, but it's also like, if that's the voice of the hero, that's the voice of the narrator, who am I, the player, Because the hero is still talking to me and treating me as another member of the system making decisions.
Yeah.
Anyway, whenever you finish your first route, it resets back to the beginning of the cabin. But by the way, the reason you're supposed to kill the princess, I don't even think we ever said this, is the narrator tells you that she is going to end the world if she escapes from the cabin.
Yes.
And so she's chained down at the bottom of a dungeon in a small cabin in the woods. And the idea is you can attempt to kill her, you can attempt to leave her and punt this problem to someone else, or you can basically try to save her.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, whatever choice you make, and there are a few different ways you can go about them, resulted at the beginning of the second run, a second character whose personality is based on the decision you made in the previous run also appears in your head and starts talking. So, for instance, the Broken is a really depressed guy who is absolutely convinced you're already dead. The Smitten is completely in love with the princess and believes absolutely that true love will get us through all of this together.
The Smitten is my absolute favorite. He's the only one that I was laughing hard just because it's like the narrator is just so pissed off. It's like it's like, dude, we have to kill the princess. It's just like, no, we must do this. The princess has come, and that's what I'm talking about earlier. It's just like, no, the Smitten definitely got some booty, or he wants the booty.
The Smitten, he is the only one that was so frustratingly stupid that even the narrator says at one point something along the lines of, okay, I don't care what you do with the others, just always do the opposite of what this one says.
Yeah. Unhand her, you foul demon. Like that guy.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's actually why I ended up getting, because of that, I got I believe it was the damsel. And that one, it's just like, oh, you saved me. We're gonna go live a nice, happy life together. And I
so you kept asking her, what does she want?
What she want? Yeah, everything. It's just like, oh, I don't know. What do you want? It's like,
and the art style
do you want it?
That's what was crazy to me. The art in that scene, she starts to get more and more amateurishly drawing and more fake looking. And it was like, it's that moment I realized, oh shit, this is why that character is drawn that way in the first place. So they can make her look like a fake, messed up child's drawing at the end.
I will say, so I want to tell you this quick side story. I believe this was... I think this was what I was doing the skeptic, and I think I was dealing with the prisoner. I can't remember, or maybe it was the tower. Either way, the princess was just kind of like, I don't trust you. That I was skeptic. She's skeptical of me, and it's just like, I need to get out of here. It's just like, well. Here's the knife, the pristine blade. Yes. So it's just like, how do you expect to get out of this thing? So she ends up slicing her arm, and they show you, in great detail. So that's another thing that it's like, why is this a horror game? Because it's really not scary, but it is very gruesome.
Oh, she cut her arm off at least in 3 of the routes I took.
She also sliced off her own head. In mine, I
didn't actually see that one, but I can know how you can get there.
That one, I think, was the prisoner, and you actually see it's like the sinews, the tendons, it's like getting stretched. It's just like, oh dear, wow. So this is why this is a horror. But anyway, so she's cutting off her arm. You can see her. She just cut her arm off, and she just got it out of the shackles. Yeah. All of a sudden, I just turned my head. My wife is staring at my computer screen right over my shoulder. I was like, ah!
Then she says, Dalton's hello, dear, I only want to make you happy.
It's like, what you doing? I was just like, I'm playing a game. It's like, oh. And she walked away. Didn't question like what game this is. I was just like, oh. And she went to go have a snack.
It's 2 things I want to touch on, because Jeff, I know we're encroaching on the time where you got to dip, but so the voices that I had in my run, I think when I beat it, because you have 3 voices other than the voice of the hero by the end, right?
Correct.
I think, yeah. So I had the voice of the Smitten. Okay. I had the voice of the Broken. Mm-hmm. And then I can't remember which voice it was.
Did you have the Opportunist? Because he was also really funny.
Opportunist. He was also fantastic, especially when he starts talking with the Smitten.
Yes.
No. I had whoever, I don't know, the guy, whatever his name was, he was so sarcastic. He was just an absolute sarcastic dick about everything.
The Opportunist was a bit of a smartass too, but he mainly just wanted to fuck with there was the Contrarian or something like that constantly wanted to fuck with the narrator.
There's a Contrarian, yes.
That guy was great. Holy shit, this game had a lot of good characters.
So the ones
also,
I had was...
I really also should have pointed this out. I think that every single character, aside from the princess, is voiced by the narrator.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So it's the same British guy arguing with himself in stupid voices, and it's really fun.
But yeah, so I just quickly, I had the Broken, the Opportunist, the Skeptic, the Smitten, and the Stubborn. Okay. Those were my 5 voices.
Okay, so I have 2 other questions for you now. These are game, like about overarching game things.
Yeah, I think I know what you want to ask.
One, how long did it take for y'all to figure out what the main mechanic of was going on in this game? Did either of you figure out?
What by the main mechanic do you mean?
So the princess changes in this game based on your perception of her.
Yeah, I noticed the second time I went down because I brought the knife instead, she had a scarier voice, and I immediately realized that, holy shit, she's not the same anytime.
So the first time it's like the standard, it is what it is.
But also the first time I touched the mirror, I kind of understood what the princess behind the mirror was telling me. Like, I got the idea that she was telling me it's going to be a different story every time. Bring me a new vessel.
Oh yeah, the long quiet.
Yeah, the long quiet, yeah.
Go ahead.
So the second time I was like, it changed. What is happening? I finally figured out what was going on in my third run.
Because what really got me was she changed the way she talked because I'd picked up the knife, but before she had seen it yet. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yes, so...
Or actually, it was the other way around. I picked up the knife on my first run. I didn't take the knife on the second one. And she suddenly sounded so much more innocent and scared the second time around.
Yeah, it baffled me, like, when I figured out, I was like, oh, okay, so every decision you make formulates the next version of her that you're going to. So if you just go in there and you try to just save her and all of that, then she's going to treat you as such. If you go in there with a knife, she's going to treat you another way. If you go in there with the knife and then cowered out and then try to kill her, she's going to act one way. And if you
guys lie to her?
I don't think I lied to her directly.
I lied to her. That's when I got the skeptic, because I went up to her. It's like, yes, I'm going to be saving you. Yes, let's get you out of here. I ended up stabbing her in the back, but then she ended up killing me. But then each playthrough is divided into chapter 1 and chapter 2.
Sometimes chapter 3.
Sometimes chapter 3. I only got that in my very last one. But
and I think according to the sheet Dalton sent me, there's also a chapter question mark on one of the routes. So have to check that out sometime.
But actually, the skeptic was the gruesome one, because when I go to the cabin, she remembers. It's like, I remember you stabbed me in the back after you said you were here to save me. It's like, so what are you going to do now? And when you're looking at her, I think this is the prisoner. She is, both her arms are locked up, and there's one around her neck.
Yeah.
And that's the one. It's just like, so it's like, I need you to trust me. Let's get you out of here. It's like, it's just like, so.
Oh, I did the dumbest thing on that route.
I gave her the knife.
I gave her the knife on a different route. On that route, I genuinely was so stupid that even with every other character in the game telling me, I'm like, why is there an extra shackle? I should go check that one out.
There is a fourth shackle. It's like, no,
I did. Guess what happens if you go to look at that shackle?
Yeah.
Oh, it just clamps itself around your neck and via magic shoots the knife across the room. You and the princess are stuck for eternity. You don't starve to death. The room itself rots before you escape. And then the world ends.
But no, for me, I gave her the knife, and then it's like, to free herself, she sliced her neck off.
Damn.
Her head off.
See, when I gave her the knife, she killed me, but then she was really fucking tore up about it.
But then you walk out the cabin carrying her head.
Oh, like the end of Freddy versus Jason or some
because
shit.
The narrator's like, well, okay, you go ahead and leave and collect your reward. And the head winks at you and starts talking to you. So
really? Like the end of Freddy versus Jason? I was joking!
Yes.
And then the shifting mound comes and takes it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so let's run into that too. The overarching story of this game is there was a guy. I don't know who exactly he was, but it was the narrator.
Yeah.
And someone he loved died. And it shook him so much that he took a god and split it in two, with the shifting mound and the long quiet. You, as the player, are playing as the long quiet. You are embodied of like a bird. You are a raven. And
I did not think we were a raven. I thought the raven was the narrator.
No, that's you.
Oh, that explains why it's in the mirror. The mirror is the narrator.
Mm.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So as the shards break away, the mirror is talking to you, but you're seeing yourself and it's talking and stuff, but it's...
I will say I wasted like 4 questions because I didn't understand what was happening. It's like,
did you not scroll down and see the one that's saying like, you're dying every time I ask you anything?
Well, that eventually I'm just like, oh, every time I ask a question, a shard disappears. I was like, I better start asking some important questions.
So the whole thing is the narrator, the only way to kill a god is with another god. So the embodiment of death is inside of the shifting mound. It's inside of the princess. So he split this god in two to have it, one side of it kill the other, which would eliminate death, right? It was this whole big philosophical thing going on in the background. And
yeah, there's like this kind of, it's like an RPG final battle almost, like the music gets all intense and stuff, but it's all through dialogue, and she like confronts you with each of the forms that you met her in throughout the game, and each of them challenges you with a question about basically like, you know, do you really believe that, you know, don't you understand that death is freedom from suffering, that I can end things, that I can make new beginnings, that we are meant to do this together. And you're also trying to struggle with what the narrator told you too, which is just, you know, this is evil, this is nihilism, you have to destroy this.
Yeah, and it comes down to a decision, like this big buildup, and then boom, you're back at the cabin and you go in.
And it's just you again, just the original cabin, the original princess, the original knife.
I think we should also mention, because I've mentioned before, the second playthrough, the second chapter, the interior of the cabin changes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sometimes wildly. Yeah, so you do chapter 1, chapter 2, and then you start over and over again. You have to get through like 5 loops or whatever before the shambling mound is fully like powered up with the vessels you brought to.
Correct, and then you make one last run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm curious, on that last run, what'd you do?
I fucked up. I actually didn't get the ending I wanted because I did something a little bit rash and couldn't back away from that decision. So I was just stuck between the answer I really didn't want and a compromise that was no good for nobody. In the end, I chose the loop. I chose to continue repeating this existence forever, hoping that I would always make the same choice over and over again.
I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I went with her into whatever the hell that yellow void
I wanted to go with her, but because I brought the knife, I think it became too late.
I don't think I brought the knife with me.
Yeah, I think because I picked up the knife, I couldn't go with her and tell her that it was okay for her to end the universe and create a new one, which is what I wanted to do.
I slayed the princess.
I guess you win the game.
I went in, and we had a long conversation, and she's like, I see you brought the blade with you. Is that your decision? And I was basically like, yeah, it is. Bam! And she died, and the game ended, and I didn't feel good about it.
The way it ended, it kind of made me cry a lot, because I know the game warns you up front, this is a love story, as much as it warns you it's a horror story, and I think I kind of got the I love you ending, which was actually weirdly upsetting to me.
Yeah, it was a very, very well-written game. Like, the story that they told, I thought it was a beautiful love story wrapped up in something you wouldn't have expected to be a love story.
I got Happily Ever After.
You got Happily Ever After. I think I actually have this page open that says what I got. I got the end of everything, the beginning of something new, I think.
So, Dalton, it sounds like you got the wild, which is separate yourself from the wild, then slay her.
Yeah, I believe so.
There's also the princess and the dragon, which is, it says, I'm on the Steam community page. It just says gentle princess only, turn around and leave. And then,
I didn't even think of leaving the last run.
And then I got Happily Ever After.
Wait, so what did I get? Because I think, now that I'm looking at the page I have open, that's actually the song title I got at the end of the game, not the story title. Can you send me a link to that page, Ron?
Yeah, 1 second.
All right. Proceed route guide.
Yeah, the wild is crazy because she becomes a beast. And the further you go down the wild path, the more creature-like she becomes. Did either of you get the one where she turned into just a big fucking thing of blades?
Nope.
No.
There's one route where her skin rips open and just she becomes a bunch of blades, and her skin flops to the ground, and she's just it's fucking wild.
No, the only time she changed was when she was what the hell was it? The adversary.
Oh yeah, big buff.
And the witch.
What did I get less? I think I might have actually got the adversary less.
And the witch, she is just like a Nekopara. She's a cat lady.
Yeah.
No, wait, I didn't.
But yeah, I ended up.
All right, I don't know how to find it. This is a really complicated guide. Sorry.
The one that I'm trying to think.
So I guess I got Happily Ever After because I ended up saving the princess. There is an option for slaying the princess, but I I don't know. This guide doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's just I'm kind of basing it on the names of the chapters.
So did neither of you come upon the Wraith either?
No.
So the Wraith was fucking creepy, dude. So like this is one that I had. You go into the cabin and the door is just open. And no, I'm sorry. It's when you leave her in there and you go back up and you shut the door and you just sit and wait for a while. You fall asleep and you wake up and the door is open.
Oh.
And suddenly she comes crawling towards you, grabs you by your ankle and snaps your ankle so you fall down. And then she possesses you and makes you walk out of the cabin. It's fucking intense, man.
Did you get the one where she basically declares herself to be a god in the basement and like demands you submit to her?
Was that the tower? Was that the one where she was
That may have been,
super
that may have been
tall?
the tower.
Is that the
yeah,
giant?
yeah, I think that was the tower.
Yeah, I got that. That was
me too.
That's big Dommy mommy.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the other one I got.
Yeah, I got that one by trying to be nice, but I really screwed the pooch, I think.
That's why I ended up getting what the hell is it? The broken, just because I'm
Yes, I think that's
to
it.
you.
Yes.
I submit to you.
I absolutely had the broken going into the tower. That's correct. Yes, thank you.
But yeah, man, there's a ton more. So I watched a video on this after I beat it, and there are so many routes that I haven't seen in this game. It's just wild to me.
Did you try opening the gallery just to see like how complete it is, like you can do in a lot of visual novels? Because I did feel like, I've only seen about 15% of the game.
No, I didn't even. I probably should have known that there was a gallery, but no, I didn't.
Yeah, it unlocks I think it unlocks that right after it gives you the soundtrack.
There's a lot.
Also, did you guys save your custom soundtrack? Because I absolutely did, actually. I don't know if I'm ever going to listen to it, but at the very end of the game, it popped up as like a special thank you for playing the game. Here's a soundtrack. Go to this website and you can listen to it in this order. And like based on your choices, you get a different order of tunes.
That's actually a really cool idea.
No, I immediately uninstalled it just because I know I would okay. I did one playthrough. If I want to watch the rest, there has to be a long play of this.
Well, Jeff, I know it is about time for you to dip, sir. Do you want to give us your final thoughts on the game? Give us a rating?
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. I have to leave early because I have to be up at 4:00 in the morning. But so, overall impressions, like this still hasn't swayed me on the visual novel genre. I mean, I do love the fact that this was very creative. I do like the acting. I thought was very well done for the fact that it was one guy the entire time, and even the princess. Both actors did a very good job.
I thought the princess was really rich. Just the way she acted different versions of herself was like really good.
Let me give a shout out to the actors.
Yes, please.
The narrator was Jonathan Sims, and the princess was Nicole Goodnight.
Now, I believe Nicole Goodnight, I thought her voice sounded familiar, but I think she's best known for the No Sleep podcast, which I've actually never listened to. So, shout outs, though. I really enjoyed both of your performances.
For sure. So continue,
Yeah,
Jeff.
very much so. But, so yeah, the visuals, like I said in the very beginning, all the visuals were very intentional, where the backgrounds were very well done. The princess, obviously, each time she was drawn, it's just like, yeah, okay, this is all intentional, and I appreciate that. The music, like I said, the music was it is what it is to me. I wasn't impressed by it. I mean, I have to give it a straight down the middle 5. I was expecting it's just like, I don't care about this. I'm going to give this like a 2 or a 3. But the fact is, like, you know what? For a visual novel that I just don't care about, but you know what? I was very impressed by, and I was very intrigued by it. That's why I played this on Sunday, and I think I spent like 2.5 hours, 3 hours playing this. And it was like, you know, this is very, you have me. I'll drop it right there. You have me. So I'm going to give it a straight down the middle 5. And for me, I know for me, it's like I said, it's a visual novel. I don't care. This was very well done. I'm never going to play it again. I'm just going to watch long plays of it. I guarantee there's got to be so many YouTube videos.
I can hook you up with a video that explains each route and stuff. That's the one that I watched. It's a good watch. I got you. Yeah. I got you, dog. And let me go ahead and say, I knew going into this that you weren't a fan of visual novels, but the reason I was like, this could be a fun crossover is because I thought this had just enough to it to make it a special, just not a normal experience for it. And I think that's exactly what you got out of it. So your rating of 5 is lower than I'm thinking for mine, but being somebody who is not a fan of visual novels, I think that's a fair.
I will say that the chapters I got, the voices, I don't see this as a horror game just because now when you get something, I think you said you got the Wraith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those things it's just like, okay, I can understand some of those are more scary.
I don't know. I thought even the hero agreed with me on the fact that her taking her own hand off without even flinching and she's still smiling afterwards. It's pretty disturbing stuff.
That's why I think this is the more horror in the terms of Saw. Because Saw isn't really a scary movie, but it's just that grotesque.
I don't think this one was gory in the same way as Saw. I think the gore was specifically used for like literary purposes.
The visuals were very, I'll say maybe not gory, but they're very grotesque.
There were some really nasty drawings, and I'm kind of hoping to play a couple more routes just because I would like to see what the hell else the princess becomes.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was the skeptic. And this was after I was like, sure, yes, I'm going to save her. I'm going to save you. Let's get out of here. And then I end up stabbing her in the back. And that's when you see her. She's the 3 shackles. And that's when I gave her the blade. That's when I saw her slice her own head off. It's just like,
yeah, I need to look for that one. That one sounds nasty.
Yeah, it does.
It was pretty.
I even thought the arm scenes were pretty rough to look at because they did not flinch away from it at all.
No, you see everything. They don't hide it.
Hey, wait.
But yeah, just for those that love this genre, you are going to love this. You're going to find this very interesting. You are going to enjoy going back to. It's like, okay, now I'm going to try to get this one and then this one. Like I said, there were 30 different branches.
That sounded about
something
right.
like that. Yeah.
So yeah, 17 hours, you're going to get your money's worth.
And I do want to point out one thing before you go, because you said you watched a long play, or the Game Grumps play Doki Doki. One thing that Kana said in the Discord is that she wasn't very interested in playing this because she didn't want to just play another Doki Doki ripoff. And I think this game is different enough from Doki Doki that it would be a completely different experience.
This is not Doki Doki.
For one thing,
this is something much different.
I feel like this game is a lot more decision based, and I know we've kind of run the gamut of that, but like Higurashi had literally 0 choices in it. Doki Doki had like a few subtle choices in it. This game, your decisions really matter.
Yeah,
they do.
Like, what you see is going to come down to what you say in this game. And it's not like a Phoenix Wright type game where it's almost an adventure game where there's like win and loss conditions, but it's what you say is important.
It's like Mass Effect. Mass Effect, it has a lot of dialogue. Your actions have consequences. That's what this game is. Your actions, your dialogues have consequences.
Yeah.
And it leads to different branches.
Like we said, there's like 30 different branches. It is definitely worth seeing, even if we've told you what happens in some of the stories. Like, I still think it's worth seeing it on its own, that the way it's executed is really neat.
And here's the thing, we didn't even talk about all the routes. So there's still things for you guys to go and discover. So
I think that there's still plenty of routes that none of us have seen yet, unless you watched the entire long play.
The 3 of us combined, I think we only saw maybe between 10 to 15 options.
Yeah, I would estimate we saw about half of the game at most. So hopefully we didn't miss something really terrible. We're all going to feel bad for kind of being positive on it.
Well, that's why people need to stop listening to us and play the game. I mean,
so you gave it a 5, and even you're still doing the reading rainbow. If you want to know more, read the book.
Hey, man, I know what I like.
Hey, I'm not criticizing. I'm saying
I'd rather watch someone play this than me having to play this again.
But I understand what you're saying is a recommendation within your own realm and a score based on your own subjective tastes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, thank you for joining us, my good sir. I will let you go get some rest. Just pop that over to me whenever.
I will send it to you right now, sir.
All right, man.
Because you usually like to have this ready to go by the next morning. So
yes, sir. I much appreciate it, and thank you for joining us, man. I will see you this weekend for some Cube 2, maybe.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Even though this is gonna be a tiring weekend for me, guys.
Oh,
Well, it's a crisp 90 minutes, so it's not a long one.
At least I can promise, even though I've never seen it before, I know it's not a boring movie.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. This was good. Great seeing you both. You both take care.
You too,
listeners. My name is Dane. It's not. This is Grumpy Jeff, Mr. Syllables, wishing you all a good evening and go fuck yourselves.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
He hangs up the moment he says that. That is a classy finish. You got to know how to make a good exit in this life.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Oh, nice.
Who wrote that on the prompter? You know he reads it verbatim.
Well, I do feel like we've pretty much covered a lot of the game. Do you want to get to our scores too?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just figured we'd go ahead and let him go because I knew it was.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't want to hold him while we did ours, but I figured that we could go ahead and do that now.
Yeah. So, you want to go ahead and give yours?
Yeah, sure. Why not? This is the kind of game that I have a lot of trouble scoring because I need a number that means this game is good and I don't have anything bad to say about it. While on the other hand, it's still not like a 10 out of 10 game for me just because it's not shooting to be a 10 out of 10 game. It's trying to be an interesting story in its own right. I can't score this in comparison to Elden Ring, and that's why I give so many games 8s lately, because it's like, I seriously don't have anything negative to say about it. I think anyone who would like this genre should play it, and I think there's a really interesting sense of intentionality to everything it does, from the art style to the music to the dialogue. Everything about it seems like it's really, really specifically crafted to be what it is. Like, this game is... I don't want to use the word polished because that kind of implies like a AAA glossy sheen, and that's not what it is. It's rough in a very deliberate way. Like, it puts you in this character's role, and it has you resenting everyone in the game. You'll get pissed off at the narrator. You'll get pissed off at the princess. You'll definitely get pissed off at the hero and the other voices in your head.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it way better. Just because I don't know if you ever had this, but playing this game is kind of a lot like what my own internal monologue is a lot like sometimes. Like, I genuinely will have 3 or 4 conflicting characters trying to figure out something, and a couple of them are annoying and do not deserve to be there. Probably shouldn't say that in public. That sounds like a sign of mental illness, and I don't need to admit to more of those. I mean,
that's just... I think everybody has an inner monologue.
Yes, but most people I don't think have an inner dialogue, especially not one with villains.
To each their own, man.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I'm just like...
So I'm just gonna pop it with the generic 8 of approval. You made a really good game. I don't have any negative shit to say about it. It's just, I don't think a visual novel is ever going to be a 10-10 game for me because I don't fully think of them as... That sounds wrong. I'm almost about to say that I don't think of them as games, which is not true. I had a gaming experience. Like I said, especially the final scene with the Shambling Mound felt like an RPG final battle done with words. And I thought that was really cool. This game has a lot of really cool stuff. And I don't think I've ever experienced anything quite like it. And it made me tear up. And it made me think a lot of thoughts. So I'm going to give it an 8.5, actually. 8.5 deaths out of 10 killing deaths. I didn't think I was going to go anywhere near that high either.
That's the exact number I was thinking, though. I think that this is a very, very well done visual novel that poses itself as a horror game. And while it does have horror elements, this is a goddamn love story first and foremost. Like, you may not figure that out at first, but by the end of this game, if you haven't figured that out, that's why I felt so bad doing the ending that I did. Mm-hmm. Because I knew you wouldn't kill the princess. I knew Jeff wouldn't kill the princess at the end. I just had a feeling.
But did you know I would never try to kill the princess? Because when I went into this game, I had 2 thoughts, which is either 1, I'm only going to try to kill the princess, or 2, I'm only going to try to save it. And either way, I got bewildered by it, and I still made decisions I didn't think I was going to going into the game. And I don't agree with everything I did.
And I know Dane played through, and I'm curious how he handled it. You know, maybe I can get that from him and maybe read it on the next episode or so. But we all had these different experiences, but we came out with the same overarching idea. And that just tells you that the game got its point across.
Yeah, that even though we played very different routes, we got the same themes out of it, just from different angles.
Yeah, and the fact that there's so much to this game, and every decision you make is vital. I'm so used to games that give you the illusion of choice. There's no illusion of choice in this game.
Not only that, the game explicitly tells you there's a button before most of the dialogue options that says explore, and you know that explore never results in you changing scenes. If you use an explore option, you will always get another round at the same question.
Yeah.
So like it's never faking you out with it.
And I don't know, man. I just thought this was really, really well done. I liked the art style a lot. I liked the way the princess was drawn. There was something charming about it to me.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things too where she felt really, I think because the character wasn't based on a really fixed model, something about her felt fun, like ethereal and not confined to like a single physical form, and that actually ends up kind of paying dividends the more versions of her you run into.
Yeah, and the fact that there are different versions of her based on your own perception of her.
Yeah.
Is a really cool mechanic. So,
yeah, the only consistent, I suppose, is the narrator, because even the hero has doubts and changes his mind from time to time, but the narrator is the only consistent dude. Even the princess and certainly the player are never the same.
And it's very stark. Oh man, this is something I meant to bring up when Jeff was here, but that's okay. It's very stark, the moments in the game where you suddenly realize it's fucking quiet.
Yes. And that's why I was like, I was getting so upset when he said he turned off the music at first, because I was like, oh, you really blew it in Act 3 because you didn't like something in Act 1. But hopefully he turned it back up and he got the
turned it up a little bit. He did say he did, so I'll take him for his word on that. But like, yeah, there are moments in this game where suddenly it's just like, oh shit. And I had more than one of those, which is just incredible to me. So I'm going to give it an 8.5 as well. I'm going to give it 8.5 shifting mounds out of 10 long darks. Long quiets, not long darks. Long darks a game. The long quiets.
Yeah.
Really, really well told.
This game is
going
to stick with me a lot longer than I expected, because I really expected it to be. You know what I really expected out of this game? I thought it was going to be the Stanley Parable. I thought it was going to be a game about just subverting the role of decision and narrative making in video games, and it had that in it, but that wasn't all it did. Like, it had a complete, coherent story of its own beyond that.
Yeah, and they did it really well, man. They did it really well. All right, so our next game that we're going to be doing,
October, baby,
starting up Spooktember.
Timber.
And no, it is Spooktember right now. Spooktober, excuse me, Spooktember right now, because we're finishing off Spooktember into Spooktober.
Yes.
So in kicking off Spooktober, we are going to be playing a game that I chose called My Friendly Neighborhood, and I've played a little bit of it. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting episode. Let's just put it that way.
Let me put it this way. They all made this decision in Spooktober really hard for me, because if Dalton had not picked My Friendly Neighborhood, I was going to take either that or Scroll Stapler this year to keep up our Szymanski streak.
Did he have something to do with My Friendly Neighborhood?
His brother made My Friendly Neighborhood.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that. I think is it in 2 weeks, and then we start the weekly?
I think we just go weekly.
Or we just start weekly
right?
now. All right, so
I'll have to look at the calendar, but I think we would get 5 weeks if we started recording on October 2nd. I guess we'll have to talk about this off air, because we might have a bonus round.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We might have an extra game this month. So okay, so then we'll be back in a week, more than likely, with My Friendly Neighborhood. And I guess that just leaves before I get into that, you got anything you want to plug, my good sir?
I think that whoever invented ragweed pollen should be shot out of a cannon into the sun.
Pollen sucks.
If I sound tired and miserable this episode, it's because I've been dealing with Ohio Valley allergies for the past week straight, and it's supposed to forecasted to go for another straight at very high level every day.
That's a bummer, dude. It's been kicking my dad's ass too. The pollen down here in Florida sucks. All right, well then let's do the house cleaning and get on up out of here, sir. If you would like to leave us a review over on iTunes or Spotify, that does us a wonder. Helps people find us, helps us in the algorithm, all that good jazz. And, spreading us word of mouth, share us with your friends. That's always the best way to get the show out there to other people. If you want to join the Discord, that's where all the cool stuff happens. bit.ly/TSMP Discord, all capital letters. That'll get you an invite into the Discord. You can come in, join in on the shenanigans, and you can vote on the polls. And there's a new poll for me to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, about, because we played the short poll game this time. So the games on the current short poll.
There's some exciting ones for me.
We've got the Even More Incredible Machine, which is a
sequel or an expansion pack to the Expendable Machine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an Incredible Machine game. And those are cool. I played like the Mac version of those, which was Gizmos and Gadgets.
Ah, cool.
Loved that game on the Macs in elementary school. The next game up is called Lorelei.
That's one of my favorite gym trainers from the original Pokemon game.
It's also the name of the lady who made Phantasmagoria 2.
Oh.
But Lorelei is a point-and-click horror game.
All right, that's appropriate.
A horror adventure game. The next game up is Dark Rift. Dark Rift is a fighting game.
Oh, I couldn't tell what this was from the description.
I would have never guessed it from the description nor the picture, but that is a fighting game that came out on Nintendo 64.
Oh shit. Hold on. I'm just going to look something up real quick. You keep on going.
The next game is Etherlords, which is like a strategy RPG. And then the final game is Crypt of the Serpent King.
Dark Rift is the sequel to Criticom. Okay. So if you're not familiar with the YouTuber Matt McMuscles, he runs a series on his channel called The Worst Fighting Game, a tournament where he keeps on reviewing fighting games and comparing them to the previous worst fighting game he'd ever played. Criticom, the game that came before Dark Rift, was the worst fighting game for something along the lines of 20 straight episodes.
I know nothing about it. I don't even know where I got Dark Rift, probably in a bundle, but it came up, so it got entered.
But yes, you're on Crypt of the Serpent King now?
Yeah, Crypt of the Serpent King. And then the one before that was Etherlords. Yes. Crypt of the Serpent King is a...
It sounds neat. It sounds like it's a strategy game, but I don't... It's a turn-based strategy game with trading card elements. That sounds kind of tight.
Etherlords it looks cool. There's a reason I think I had gotten it. I think I have that on GOG. But Crypt of the Serpent King is a dungeon crawler. It's a hack and slash dungeon crawler.
What really gets to me is just the splash image you chose to put it in the What's in the Short Pull channel that just has this really 90s CGI-ass dungeon skeleton and snake, and they just make me very happy to look at. Like, the aesthetics are so on point for that shit.
Yeah, and currently winning the poll with 3 votes is the Even More Incredible Machine.
Which does not surprise me. That is kind of what I assumed the front runner would be. But we just opened the poll today, so usually they get to 10 or more votes, so who never knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Lorelei's got a vote. Well, actually, let me take that back. Because each vote starts with 1 just to give it the rank. Right. Even More Incredible Machine's got 2 votes. Lorelei's got 1 vote. Dark Rift has 1 vote. So that's
who voted for Dark Rift? Was it Nathan? Because he watches the worst fighting game.
It was Jeff.
Jeff, you absolute duck!
Yeah, Jeff voted for that. Adam voted for Lorelei, and Brian and Kana voted for Incredible Machine.
All right, that is definitely some of the people I would have expected to see in the first round of the voting polls.
But yeah,
reliable regulars of the Discord, which again we highly invite you to join and vote in our polls and such.
Yes, bit.ly/TSMP Discord, all capital letters. You want to check out the website? Not currently up to date, but there is a lot of backlog on there. Is bit.ly/The Steam Machine Podcast, capitalized phonetically. You want to donate to the show?
Dane that for us, but he's currently dead.
Yeah. Dane is currently. He'll be back though.
I hope so.
He's a necromancer in another life. Patreon.com/The Steam Machine Podcast. $1 or more a month gets you the episodes early, and you get the Patreon banter in the beginning that is just for the patrons. And if you donate $10 or more, you get your name read on each and every episode, like these wonderful, wonderful people. Nate Cogsworth, the 7th of June-iper, Jeff, the original Expendable, Mr. Syllables, old Jeffy Lube, also he's a duck, the RPG Wolverine, Logan Jareed, Ariesoradam, shout out to his podcast, Spectre Approved, Team Retrogue, check him out over on YouTube, Mr. Puzzles, Dane himself, and Flyin' Brian, Doran Gray. I appreciate each and every single one of you. We all do. We all appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to the JRPG Report. I am going to have an absolutely massive episode that I'm going to have to put out within the next couple days because Tokyo Game Show is going on right now.
Oh shit, son!
So there's all kinds of stuff going on with that, and other than that, that's about it. So and shout out Dan and Jess Media Dump. This weekend we're going to be watching in the Discord Cube 2 Hypercube. So come join and watch that with us, and then we'll be doing an episode about that on next Monday, I believe. That's what's slated at least, so it's not in stone though. But that about does it for this episode of the Steam Machine Podcast. Thank you for joining my good buddy Willie. We'll be back in a week to talk about My Friendly Neighborhood, Resident Evil with some Muppets. Until then, everybody, take it easy.